Good afternoon. Joe Esposito here. We're out metering again. We were at Randy Love's house on the 6th when Northeastern Oklahoma Co-op came out. You know, if you remember, we did the interview in the morning, and then they came that afternoon and pulled his meter, and that's up already on the internet. And we're getting ready to put this one up. We're at Chuck Clausen's house. If you come out to Pryor, Oklahoma, and you go east, you'll come to Salina, and then go north. We're kind of near Wycliffe. Obviously, we're out in the country. The meter readings out here are just really incredible. Remember that this meter reads 0, in the country, and tissue damage is like 3.4 microwatts. This reads 200 microwatts, 2,000, and 200,000. It's normally 0.4, we call ambient, or just the levels out here, but now they've put the smart meters in. Northeastern Electric came out to Chuck's place, and he had a locked gate. He has a no trespassing sign on there, and they jumped the gate, and they went in while he was away and put a meter on his house. And so right now we have Chuck's transmitting meter. We have maybe 150, 200 feet, another transmitting meter. We have another meter 75 feet to our left, and another neighbor. So now they've come out and caused massive electropollution from all this microwave radiation. And they would like to tell you it's safe, and they do. But the thing is, and they'll tell you, remember in Randy's YouTube we talked about, they always ask you if cell phones are more dangerous than smart meters, and we debunked all that. That's just misinformation. Remember the Environmental Defense Fund, we showed you those papers and all that to help you see that. So see, now we're back down to 0.7, 0.6, and then we're being pulsed every few seconds. And I don't know, maybe you can look at that on this meter. We'll see if it'll pick it up here for you. And they tell us that they only transmit 4 or 5 times a day. And I'll say the word transmit as we're doing there, 18. It was 200 here a minute ago. There it went again, 27. So now we're being radiated by all these meters. There's like a sea of radiation because there's a mesh grid network that's taking place with all this. Now we're going to go in and show you some readings in here. And while I'm carrying the meter, I'm going to tell you if it's transmitting. So I'm not sure which meter, but as we get closer to this one, it'll be stronger, okay? And today's the 9th of October in the afternoon. And so here we are at Chuck's, and we're going to go in and see Chuck now. So here's the gate. This is the gate they was locked. It was locked here with this lock here. And he has no trespassing sign, so they jumped his gate and went into his property. And he had conversations with him multiple times that he did not want his house to be damaged by these meters. Chuck has done his research, so come on in. Chuck has done his research with all this, trying to tell people what's happening. The utilities are misinforming people. That's why we were there, just transmitted again. That's why we're just transmitted again. We were at Randy's trying to show people the amount of radiation, which they don't tell you. So here's Chuck's smart meter. And remember, there's 2 transmitters, 900 megahertz, 2.4 gigahertz, and if you look in the top right-hand corner, it says Zigbee. Zigbee is 2.4 gigahertz. The microwave ovens are 2.4 gigahertz. These meters just went off again. There's 50. Went over 200 just then. Okay. So, and remember, this meter, when it pegs to the left, and there's a 1, that's 200, and I can go to 2,000, and you'll see it pegged to the left. That means it's over 2,000. We put another device on the meter, and it went to, I think, 22. There, you see it go to the left? So that's over 2,000 microwatts. And we put another little device on this thing here, my meter, and we read up to as high as 22,000 microwatts. Remember, tissue damage is 3.4 microwatts. Women sleeping in a bedroom over 5 microwatts, according to Dietrich Klinghardt, his YouTube, 43 minutes, the health crisis of our time, smart meters, and electromagnetic radiation. Okay, so now we're going to, just to show you, and we're going to go into this, there, just went over to 2,000 again. We're going to go into this metal building, which is safe. It's 0.1 in this metal building. and then we're going to open that door and just show you the difference. It just went off again over 2,000. Okay, so let's go find Chuck now. I'm going to go back to, so Chuck's out here working on his home right now, and so he's being irradiated by this meter, he's being irradiated by that neighbor, he's being irradiated by this neighbor, and this neighbor here. And there's Ronald M. Powell's study showed you the FCC standard up here in blue, and the yellow down here, and there's 67 studies below the blue showing biological damage from all this radiation. Here's Chuck. Let's go over here and talk with Chuck a minute. Hey Chuck, how you doing?
Pretty good.
I appreciate you having us come out. I know you're a little upset.
Yeah, a tad bit.
Tad bit with what they're doing to you up here. So we came up to see Chuck this morning and kind of document what's happening for him. Okay, now we're sitting behind his metal building, and it's 0.4 here. And so that metal building is blocking the radiation, but it's not blocking him when he's out here working around, or all these other meters that are out here. And we're sitting down kind of low now, so the grass, the greenery is helping protect us, and the other trees are protecting us here. And so we brought Chuck some documents. We kind of shared those with him. There was a newspaper article. What was it, Chuck? In the
Prior Times.
Prior Times.
Daily Times.
And that was yesterday?
Yes.
Yesterday. And so we could just come, you know, Chuck had called me, a couple of months ago, I guess, and we talked.
Mm-hmm.
And so here we are.
Yes.
Yep. And so he was trying to communicate with the electric co-op here.
That's right.
And did they tell you that they were coming to put this on you? Did they give you any options or anything?
No, they did not.
They didn't. They jumped your gate, right?
That's exactly right. It's locked. It has no trespassing sign.
And like you were gone when they did it.
That's exactly right. They come in just like thugs.
Just like thugs. Wow. Okay. Well, that's kind of not a good thing, is it?
No, it's not a good thing.
So we
Still
brought.
upset.
Yes, he is, and he doesn't want to be radiated because he's read about the health issues.
That's exactly right.
So we shared with him some of the documents from Jerry Flynn, 26-year microwave radiation warfare expert. And Jerry's telling you this stuff is bad. In his summary report, he tells you no insurance company will protect against wireless anymore. Even the Lloyd's of London will not protect anybody. So I think that what that's trying to tell the public is there's going to be big lawsuits coming because this stuff is the next pollutant. I mean, you know, magnetic radiation pollution is what we're in. So what do you think about what was happening now, Chuck? I mean,
I don't really like it. I've seen how safe I was before they done it.
Yeah.
Before they hung that meter on me.
Well, so we're showing Chuck because, see, most people don't have these meters. So right now we're sitting here, Chuck and I, and it's 0.3, 0.2. It's very safe here. And this, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this radiation. There's none out here, per se. I mean, yeah, we might be getting some satellite, you know, from GPS or whatever, or radio signals, you know, but nothing like having forced installation of a smart meter on your home. Where I live in Owasso, they put them on your wall, either right on the other side of your head, like there was a lady in Miami up there that it was 6 inches from her head in this trailer. You know, that's dangerous stuff. I mean, you're being damaged, your health is being damaged. And so you look at the documents that we bring. I mean, I've got a 1971 Navy military document in there in the car. It shows 2,300 studies, 5 pages of health symptoms. And see, Chuck's been doing his homework. Chuck's been paying attention to what's happening here. And so Chuck doesn't want to be radiated.
No, I don't.
That's right. And so Chuck saw what they did to Randy on the 6th. They came in, and we pointed that out in the YouTube, and that's up today, this morning. And they came in and said, you know, are you going to take the electricity from the co-op and using a smart meter? And Randy said no, he doesn't want that. And what they do, instead of leaving them and walking, because Randy read to them about the federal legislation that said it was an opt-in. And just because it was an opt-in, then what they should have done is walked away, left the analog, and walked away. because he declined the installation of a smart meter. But what did they do? They came in, took his analog meter, threw it on the ground, and then they pulled his power. I mean, hello, that's criminal fraud. This is America. This is not some foreign country. And I don't know if people understand, but these meters are going in all over the world.
Yeah.
So there's something wrong here. There's something happening to the public.
Like I said, I compare them to thugs.
Yeah,
They're thugs because you don't have no choice according to them.
right. And they really misrepresent. It's
See, I
just
told them 3 times I did not want one.
okay. Tell us how.
Every time they come out here and brought one, I told them to get the hell out of here. I don't want it.
Right.
I told them one time, I said, I'm 72 years old. What little health I got, I would love to keep. Thank you.
Right.
That's exactly what I told them several times. And then they catch me gone, and those thugs climb my fence and come over and put that damn meter in.
That's right. That's right. I mean, none of this is right. This is criminal fraud because what they did is, like, remember we showed you at Randy's, Environmental Defense Fund came up with all the talking points. And so if you don't believe that, it's just number one, economic and job growth. Lower utility bills. That is the biggest lie of lies. More reliable service through shorter and fewer outages. I don't think so. I mean, if not, it's probably more now, okay? Clear air and improved public health. But yeah, but what about the electropollution? We're all being radiated and cooked to death in our homes, and we can't walk around outside anymore. More clean and renewable energy and less dirty fossil fuel. Hey, if you have a EMP blast, the only way you're going to come back up is with fossil fuel. That will be the only thing that starts the whole system back up again. And so these guys, I'm telling you, they're not for Americans. They're not for what we've had all these years with reliable analogs and stuff. So, I mean, this is like criminal what's happening here. But the public doesn't understand because they're not being told. Do you understand that Northeastern Electric Co-op doesn't even have, when they sent the letters I showed you at Randy's house, they said, we're coming out to service our equipment. They're not even telling you they're coming out to put meters on your house. They're not telling you all that stuff. They're just giving you industrial dribble like the Environmental Defense Fund about the stuff. But we have microwave radiation warfare experts that did this for 26 years. They're telling you the harm from this radiation. Okay, so what we're going to do now to show you that anything metal is safe, building-wise, we're going to walk inside this metal building, and because remember the meter is just about 5 feet off the other corner, off the southwest, is that right? Or north?
Southeast, that'd be the southeast corner.
Okay, southeast corner. So we're going to walk in there, and then we're going to open the door to show you the transmissions. And if this was a normal house, then that radiation's coming right into your house. It's damaging your family. It's radiating them. And then you can look at all the health symptoms. Just if you want to, just get on the internet. But I mean, remember 5 pages of health symptoms. And the Bioinitiative report, 1,479 pages, it says evidence for damage to sperm and reproduction. Evidence that children are more vulnerable. Evidence for fetal and neonatal effects. Evidence for effects on autism. And the list goes on and on and on. Right? So you're being damaged by this radiation, and they kind of sit back and rake in all the money from the information they're gathering and selling it to third parties, which the state legislature gave them the right to do. Okay, so they're going to make more money off the information that they're gathering from you than the electricity. Okay, let's go inside and we'll take a look. Okay, let's go here, Chuck, we'll take a look. Okay, here we are in Chuck's building. Now, Chuck, we're going to go back here to this corner where the meter is, and we're going to take a look at the radiation levels. Let me get my meter turned on. Okay, so we're on here. Okay, the meter's on 200 microwatts. You want to sit down there, Chuck, just rest a minute while I play with this?
Yeah.
You can hold the papers.
Yeah, I'll hold the papers.
Okay, so now we're in this building, and I want to show you the reading here on the meter. Can you get a shot of that? Is that enough light? Okay, so the meter, this is an HFE35C, and Brad says it's a $400 meter off or $500 meter off the internet. Brad, I don't think knows what he's talking about, because the new ones were $1,000 and now they're about $707 off Safe Living Technologies. So Brad, you need to kind of maybe do your homework. So this is point 1, okay? Okay, now we're going to show you a metal building is safe, so I don't think we all want to live in metal buildings. Remember Dr. George Kendall in Jay, Oklahoma, we did his YouTube, and he said towards the end that Joe's trying to get me to live in my metal building. Well, the reason is it's point 1. Houses are dangerous. I mean, with the radiation on them and what they're doing to us. See, this is radiation protection. Okay, so we're going to go over to the corner where the meter is. We're going to walk right over here. Okay, we're still reading point 1. Okay, we're going to just, I'll tell you when it transmits. It's not. But remember, the utility guys want to tell you, see, if I remember right, the utility guys were supposed to measure the amount of kilowatt hours, and then they were supposed to charge you for that, and that's all there was. But now they're experts on microwave radiation, and they're telling us that it's safe. All right? They're not telling us all the damage this stuff is doing to us. Okay, now this meter hasn't transmitted. The smart meter is right outside this door, and I'm going to open the door and let's see what we find. You ready? Okay, Chuck, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so now here we are. There it went. It just went over 200 microwatts just then. 200 microwatts. Okay, so now it's coming down. There it went off again, over 200 microwatts. Let's see, it was only supposed to be 6 or 8 times a day, so we only have, what, 3 more times or 4 more times? Let's see what it does. Now we're back down to point 3. See, that's what it normally, there is no radiation right now. Okay, so these are kind of, they're spontaneous, they don't click. You know, like Oklahoma Natural Gas, their meters can read, you can read the radiation, they can drive around 2 miles from your home and read, there, just went over 200 again. That makes 3 times, so that means we only got 4 more. My math's not very good. Okay, the gas meters, Oklahoma Natural Gas, they're doing this. There could be up to 250,000 microwatts every 15 seconds. And they can read it 2 miles away from your house. But did you ever hear that? They may tell you that. Did they even ask you about it? Maybe. There it went again, over 200,000. That makes, what, 4 or 5 times now. And this, wait, we got a better, yeah, it can't work anymore. What are we going to do? It's only supposed to be 6 times a day. And Chuck's got a water meter right over there. I think it's one of those kind, I don't know, Chuck, we have to ask him, that they can drive up and challenge it and it transmits. But I used to Claremore over there, and the water meter, there it went again. That makes 5 or 6, right? Only got 2 more to go. And it was going off every 10 seconds, the water meter, every 10 seconds. You know, so in Claremore they got water, gas, and electric. And remember Shelley Madison Taylor's house, $1,600 some bill for 1 month, you know, and they're frying everybody over there, and they're charging them excess. Just get on the internet. Take back your power. There was 1,000 some people in there with bills over $1,000. Okay, how many got one more transmission? See, I'm getting killed right now. There it went. There's the last one, okay? So then it went off again. So this is a testimony and a witness to tell you these guys don't even know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. Okay, they're just radiating people so they can make money. They're not telling membership. This is a membership-owned co-op. They're not even telling their members what they're doing. And so the members are all being damaged with radiation. So I think okay, Chuck, so what do you think?
It's an uncooperative.
Right. So Chuck, what do you think we ought to do to stop all this?
Well, we need to call our senators. We need to call the Attorney General, Scott Pruitt, and let him know about it. And newspapers, television, everybody you can, get them into this.
Right. And we need, so what we're asking the Attorney General then, because the 912 group just came out with the press release, I think it was on the 6th also, or the 5th. But we're trying to get the Attorney General to take a stand and put a moratorium on all this. Okay, I've been at this now since January the 8th, 2013. There it just went off again, at over 200. So, it's, okay, I want to be able to walk out of here, so I'll just close that. So we're trying to get the Attorney General to take a stand and do a moratorium, but also turn off the transmitters. They can turn these transmitters off and come back out and start reading them again. And the problem's been that, like the fires, you can get on the internet, there's thousands of fires everywhere. These aren't grounded meters. The old analogs had was a porcelain plate, I think, in the back where they were grounded, so that the surges would go to ground, but these aren't, and they're blowing them off the walls, fires, all sorts of things. Okay, Chuck, we appreciate you having us come up today.
Well, I'm glad I did. I learned a lot today myself.
Okay, well, we'll work together on all this.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk to the newspaper again and try to help them understand.
Yeah, I'd love to go see that little gal.
Okay, we'll do that now. We're going to load up and we're going to go down and see her.
Sounds good to me.